check the thing there. It's a sunny Sunday afternoon, looking ahead to the second T20I versus India and South Africa, but that's not what we are here for. Also, it's a busy day in the BCCI office at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai because they'll be keeping a close tab on all the bidding that's happening for the IPL media rights. Now, if you just to give you a bit of a backgrounder, you'd remember 10 years it stayed with the Sony network, the initial 10 years. Then for the next 5 years went to Disney Star. Now Disney, at that time it was Star, now Disney plus Hotstar. And this year we expect a new entrant. World record has been every time that they have bid, but we expect a new entrant now who will back the TV plus digital right. That's what our educated guess is. But at the moment it is gone past about 43,000 as yeah, it is touching close to 43,000 in terms of, but that was expected. I think the minimum bid that was expected is about 45,000 CR overall, which you anyway would have gone past because right now only A and B.
Overall would be?
Minimum was 45,000. But so you already reached 43 when it comes to TV and digital. And you will have a few once those non-exclusive matches come up for bidding. Yeah. That's package C. And then D, which is for overseas rights, which is minimal but also is another option. So you have 4 bouquets as such which are divided. Only A and B, which are being looked at today, have gone past or are touching 43,000.
And they are the most important ones.
Most important. But I'm saying that the minimum that was expected was 45. And now with the C and D still not come, it's already guaranteed that you're crossing the minimum bid. That was expected to be 45 minimum. I mean, according to industry insiders, they thought that 45 will be easily breached. That's the minimum they were expecting. What does that mean into per match? Just to give you a count of what it was earlier, it was 55 crore the time that Star won it at 16,500 crore. When they won the IPL with 16,500 crore, each value at that time of an IPL game was 55 CR. Now it's already gone past 100 CR. If I just take a 41,000 or 42,000, where the bidding has gone, it's already gone past 100 CR per match. It will, when C and D come, will go past 100. That is expected. But just as I told you, the expected value, again based on industry insiders, were close to about 121 to 122 CR per game. That is what was expected. Why did I say 45,000 CR? I'll give you some inside dough on that. Why did I say 45,000 CR? Because during the last IPL, while the IPL was happening in 2021 in the Middle East, there was a off the final unofficial meeting that happened between some folks from Disney that had traveled from the US to come and see the last bit of IPL games with a few very important people from the BCCI. I can confirm that development. And at that time, I can even confirm that Disney offered 45,000 CR to the BCCI because there is a clause where they can, for the next cycle, 5, saying there is a clause if both parties agree that you do not want to go for an auction, you can give an extension to the current existing, provided both agree. So an offer of 45,000 CR was made at the time. This I'm talking about 2021. This is the last IPL. Basis of that, there was no way that it wouldn't have touched 45,000. BCCI refused that offer, by the way. So it was going to go past that. So whatever numbers are coming now are not surprising at all. Again, who are the 2 contenders? They won't tell you, but I can confirm that one of them is Viacom Sports or Network 18 Sports. I don't know what would be the current way of saying their nomenclature.
So basically, in easier language, next time, possibly, if they do go on to win this bid for at least for television rights, the next time you watch the IPL would be on V18. That's the channel?
We cannot say for sure.
No, I'm saying possibly.
Most likely.
Possibly that can happen.
Sports 18.
Sports 18. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Sports 18 is the channel.
Sports 18.
And it'll the digital outlet that they have is Voot.
Vote.
So it'll be Sports 18 Voot. They are the front runners. Having said that, I think even though Sony and Z may be bidding separately, but they could go, one of them could go for a very high bid,
Right.
considering that the merger is going to take place. It has been agreed upon. It hasn't happened, and if there can be an unofficial meeting between the two parties and they decide to go high, they could be that. I know that the early reports are suggesting that it's a two-way thing between Viacom and Disney Hotstar, but I don't know. I do not think that Disney would go beyond 45,000 in any way.
So what has happened so far is package A and package B. What is there in package A? In package A, you have the television rights for India and the Indian subcontinent. In package B are the digital rights for India and the Indian subcontinent. Package C and package D are also there, but today there won't be any bidding for package C and package D. So what is going to happen today is the television and the digital rights will be decided via, of course, as you know, an e-auction or a bidding process that is currently happening. The all the players, if you can say, the people who are bidding, they are in Bombay at the moment. BCCI, I doubt if BCCI
No, so everyone who's bidding can join remotely.
can join
from
remotely,
wherever
but
yeah.
that's what I was told, that everybody is in Taj, not the BCCI officials. They have joined remotely, and how this bidding process happens is that you've not been given the name of your organization that you represent or for whom you are bidding, but everything is coded. So
Yeah.
you won't get to know. One bidder will not get to know who has bid what you
Yeah.
can, and that too eventually when the last bid has already been placed, that is when you will get to know that this is the highest bid. Then if you want to go higher, then if you want to challenge, you can challenge, but you will not get to know who has placed that bid, that highest
Yeah.
bid. So that is the reason as of now we cannot tell you with absolute
contenders.
exactly, with absolute confirmation that who are the contenders. There were some major players, and one who gets the television rights would also want to have the digital rights. I think that is one of the reasons why I believe you are saying that Voot, in case this happens, that Viacom 18 they managed to pull off this entire bidding for television rights, they would also go for the digital rights also, like it happened with the last IPL media rights auction, because you would remember that Facebook had placed the biggest bid for digital rights, but eventually what happened? Star or Disney, I think at that time there was Star.
There was
Disney had
Star.
not taken over.
Yeah, there was
So
Star.
what Star did, they placed a combined bid of
So Star
over
did not have
16,000.
the highest bid, neither
Yes.
on TV nor for
Yes.
digital, but the combined. But this time there is no combined bid.
Exactly.
So that is not happening. Just to make a few things very clear, a lot of people are pointing out that maybe this is because Jio is part of the strategy. Maybe not. So Jio may not necessarily be the part of strategy. I know that this is a common sort of impression that a lot of people have, that digitally if they are going for it, that it's going to be Jio. That's not actually correct. I think what they're also going to be concentrating a lot on, as you've seen with their previous strategy when it comes to Sports 18, that Voot is also a very important player, and in the OTT game, if you see, it's one of those players that has been left behind. Just look at the strategy that they have employed while getting a few other sporting properties. I'm just talking about Sports 18 right now. It seems that Voot is something that they're concentrating on heavily. So if that happens, then IPL and if they're going for digital Sports 18, then Voot is also one of the major pieces of the puzzle. It's not that they want digital rights just to put it on Jio that many people are expecting. That might not be true. So I think all of their focus is also going to be to make Voot as one of the competition to the top digital platforms, OTT platforms,
Right.
the likes of right now dominated by Disney Hotstar and followed by Prime, Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, as you know, is out. So that's one reason. I also did see a lot of people saying that Uday Shankar is going to win the rights. But just to even let you know how that arrangement works. So Uday Shankar is not a separate individual entity. They come in with another partner. It is with James Murdoch, people who owned Star before Disney took over. So James Murdoch, Uday Shankar come in as partner, and they've acquired a bit of Viacom, not Reliance. Anyway, Reliance is the majority stakeholder of that entire setup. The three partners, if you break it down, Reliance is the majority stakeholder. So they own 51%. 49 was with Viacom. And out of that 49, they've bought, if I'm not mistaken, 18% or something like that. That has been bought out of Viacom. So it doesn't necessarily mean that right now Uday Shankar and Mr. Murdoch, they've come in as partner, that they sit in a position of power to decide the strategy. I think that power rests completely with the management of Reliance. So there will be the deciding partner when they're sitting on the table. But this is sort of a perception that sometimes media creates.
But Nikhil, when you go for an auction, I'm sure before that you've had multiple brainstorming sessions that how far can we go? How far can we go? So they would have an amount that they would have discussed and thought about we can reach at least 100, like it started with 49 crores for package A and for 49 crores per match by this. So that is how the bidding is also happening. Not that somebody is saying as in 41,000 crores or 45,000 crores. So that is not how it is going to happen. How it is going to happen is 100 crore per match. So that is how everybody is placing their bids. So I'm saying they would have already decided by now.
Yes.
Before they started this auction, I'm sure the people involved that you said, Mr. Uday Shankar, Reliance, and the Murdochs.
Viacom. So
yeah, for Viacom, I'm saying.
No, so Viacom is a separate entity. That's what I'm saying. There's so many people there. So Uday Shankar, James Murdoch, one entity.
Yes.
Viacom, another entity. Reliance, another entity. I think the narrative that has gone into the media is that because Uday Shankar has been associated with rights before, and because he's there, so people think or tend to think that he's going to be the deciding factor, which may not be true. It is away from the narrative that has been, again, sometime in the media it's set up because he was in a very powerful position while he was at Disney and he was the decision maker. He decided, he in fact is the one that went to 16,500 crores, and now that he's come back into the game, people do think that he'd be the guy. I do not know how the equation may work between the three partners. Possibly they may look at Uday also in terms of his expertise and how he looks. So possible. But as I keep telling, the dominating partner there is Reliance. They own 51%. So if they don't want to go, let's say if you're with your experience and you desperately want the rights and you want to go to a certain thing, me as Reliance, I may take in your inputs, but if I'm not convinced and I don't want to have that appetite, I will not.
I get your point. See, what you spoke about Voot as a digital platform. You said to establish Voot as a digital platform where you have
OTT,
where you already have a stiff competition in Disney, Hotstar, Sony Live. Because you used to watch IPL,
Amazon Prime,
Amazon,
big.
Facebook was also there last time. So even that particular channel to establish itself would want these IPL rights, because as of now, see, Indian rights, World Cup to an extent, ICC events to an extent, but IPL is the big game changer. Everybody is
bigger. People are thinking that they'll go for digital because of Jio. It may not be true. That Jio strategy, which they had earlier come with content, as content being the king for Jio, I think that is. I was speaking to a few people. I think that has also kind of changed. I think they've established Jio as one of the leading mobile operators in the country already, and the game there, the game changer for them has been the price point and the connectivity. That has been it. So they have gone past that thought that we need to have IPL to sell Jio. That's no more the case. It is a thought that many people continue to have right now. But if you were to speak to a few people who are in the industry working closely, that's not what Reliance is looking at anymore. That I don't think is something that they're concentrating on. I think Voot is a much more important platform that they're going to be concentrating on. And the signs of that you could clearly see now. When they came into the sports business, they acquired a few other sporting properties. It wasn't to push Jio. it was to push Woot and Sports 18 as a deal. So I think my educated guess and whatever little I've spoken to people around, I think that's their focus. That is what they're going to go for, and not necessarily Jio, which a lot of people on comment are pointing out that Jio they'll win, Reliance will win because they want to push Jio. No, that I'm afraid is not the case as far as I know.
I think Jio has already established itself. It's an established brand now. In fact, a lot of people who are watching us today, right now, I'm sure they must be using. So Jio doesn't need any.
It doesn't. I mean, IPL will help, but it's not be all and end all for that.
Voot and Sports 18. I think the primary reason why that channel was launched, Sports 18, was to win this bid, and they may have already decided a figure if it continues. Because whatever we've spoken over the years, when Disney also took over Star. Earlier what used to happen, they used to spend a lot, but Disney overall is a conservative group, to be very honest. They don't splurge money for anything and everything. They would think twice, maybe thrice, maybe multiple times before they invest in something. Not that I'm saying that the other companies who are there in this e-auction, who are involved in this e-auction, they would just splurge money for nothing. So they would have also given a thought. It is just that how much one can go for.
Yep. That is another thing, and also just to point a few things. I was just based on the comments. So firstly, if you're saying that Jio is going to win the right, I mean, get the terminology correct. It's not going to be Jio. While it's the same parent company, I don't think Jio is the focus. I think Reliance and their other properties were Sports 18 and Voot may be the focus. Secondly, a lot of people pointing that Uday Shankar is going to win the right. He may not be the game changer in this. Yes, he's been a big name in cricket rights before this. He may not be the deciding authority. So whether they win or lose, the credit or the brickbats for that may not be reserved for him. He may not be the guy. So if at the end Viacom 18 does end up winning the rights, then there will be a few other people responsible for it. And if they lose, also there will be a few other people responsible. Including him, but as I said, he may not be
he is not the voice or the decision maker.
Correct, exactly.
So there are other people involved because, as you said, Reliance is the biggest shareholder in that entire consortium, if you can say. Reliance is there. They are the majority partners. Then you have Mr. Uday Shankar. Then the Murdochs, James Murdoch. So what has happened so far is the base price for each match for television rights was 49 crores, and that has breached past. In fact, the one who wants to buy this package A would want to buy package B also. Then tomorrow, I'm sure the one who has bought package A would also want to buy package C. Although, that's going to be very, very expensive. They would want to. Whether they manage to do it or not, that remains to be seen, because package C includes some around 18 non-exclusive matches. Of course, that can vary also. 18 to 20, it can happen to 18 to 20, 20 to 22, 20 to 24 is unlikely. But so when you have these 18 non-exclusive matches, and these are important matches. Why? Because it has the opening match, it has the final match, it has the playoffs, it has the double headers. So somebody who gets the television rights for India would want to have a monopoly of sorts to just to ensure that nobody else gets the television rights for.
No, so they can So at the moment, if you're saying it's crossed 100 crores already, it's only between television and digital,
including this is for both. 100
television, combined. So total value has already gone past 100, and now for every increase, you have to increase 50 lakh per match. But people may think, 50 lakh when you're looking at 50 lakh per match. Yeah, you can increase.
1 crore.
No, 50 lakhs per bid that you put is 50 lakhs. So
what? So for example, I have placed the bid for package A. Mine is the highest bid. I am the highest bidder for package A. Okay. Nikhil is the highest bidder, and I have won the package A. I have got the television rights. Now Nikhil is the highest bidder for digital rights.
No. I'm saying right now only TV. Let's say you have put at each match at 100K. Let's say the bid is with you. Now I have half an hour to decide to up my bid to win the TV. So I'm just telling you how this bidding is going. Like in the IPL, you see for every player, if you're fighting, how it increases. Now I'm just talking about TV. If right now we're saying it's a combined of TV and digital that is reached there, but I'm saying every time I increase that bid, I will take it to 50 lakh more. 50 lakh more on just TV side. So let's say if it has,
So basically, if I have to raise my bid,
yeah,
so whatever your bid is,
Yes.
the minimum that I will have to raise would be 205 crores.
200 crores, not necessarily 5, because 410 matches were not shown. It could
May
be
or may
400.
not happen.
Could be 400
Yeah,
also.
may or may not happen.
I-
410 is the
Yeah, I think the minimum that they're going to guarantee is 74 minimum.
Yes.
Every. So if I was to take bare minimum, that should also be close to 185
Right,
or whatever
right.
sort of matches. So 300.
185?
No, sorry, 385
Right.
or odd matches minimum. And so every time then I bid it, I mean, rough calculation will be less than about 200.
I think in any
Yeah.
case they will increase the number of matches.
So let's take
especially-
400 as a
Especially the
round figure.
amount that
Yeah.
these people are shelling out.
No, so I'm saying for a base calculation,
400.
let's assume 400 matches
So
for
I
a
think 200 crore.
5-year cycle. So every time if you've placed a bid and I want to increase the bid, I say okay, 50 lakh more per match. That takes my bid, each bid that I'm putting. So people may think 50 lakh is very small,
for
but
one
I'm
match.
actually 200 crore. I'm raising the bid by, because all matches combined. So I'm raising the bid by 200 crores
crore.
every time I do it. So that will happen.
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum, yeah. But that is the only way you increase. So 200, then I have another half an hour. You have another half an hour after that to decide. By 6, they hope that they will reach. Today the bidding stops at 6 p.m. If it's not been decided A and B, then it continues tomorrow. If A and B is decided, great. Tomorrow anyway they resume for C and D. For C and D as well, it's interesting. Let's say I've got exclusive TV and digital, both. C, if you know, is for non-exclusive.
So
That is
16 crores is the base price,
Yes.
right?
So for that also I have to, let's say you are bidding and I have got the TV and digital. For there also I can bid.
Yes.
And if I bid more than you as a third player and I get more, then I can have exclusive. So if people are thinking that this time
Achha,
first time
sorry,
they'll
C is digital.
yes.
C is digital non-exclusive.
Yes.
Right,
So,
right.
but I can bid for, if I
Right,
won
right.
digital, I can bid for non-exclusive
Yes.
also. And if I win that, then I ensure that the entire thing is exclusively with me. You
Right,
can't touch that.
right.
So if people are thinking that this time, because they have bids for 16 matches, that are the playoff matches and double headers, second match are going to be bid by someone else. So for the first time, you could see IPL and these 16 matches simultaneously on 2 different broadcasters. It was a possibility, but it could still be on one broadcaster if the same one that's backed the exclusive or the digital and TV rights for all matches also buys the 16. That is also possible. So then, one player can have both. And I don't know why I have a feeling that that might be the case. You will not have the luxury of watching IPL on 2 different platforms for those 16 matches as BCCI has planned. But lots of money anyway.
Lots of
from
money.
whichever way you look at it.
So, okay. So for television, obviously it is going to be somewhere around 25 crores, and for digital also, I think close to 25 crores.
What, 25 crores?
Yeah, per match.
Per match?
No.
I'll tell you. Per match was 55 crores.
Sorry, 25,000 crores. I'm saying would be close to for television. It would be 25,000
No,
crores,
I'm
and for
looking at
digital
it
also. I think.
combined, so it's already gone past 100 crore per match. So if it goes to 50,000
that's
for all things put together, in which case your per match goes to about 120.
Per match goes to 120, but I'm yeah.
What BCCI gets, how it comes doesn't matter. Whether Rahul is one player and Nikhil is the other, and then there's a C, Nikhil is some other player. All combined, I'm saying will.
Chalo, it's just a matter of time. It's close to 5 right now in next 1
I
hour.
think after somebody is saying Hindi में बोल दीजिए.
हिंदी में बोलिए जी.
This is an English platform.
एक
so I'm
सेंटेंस तो
doing
बोल
it
सकते हैं हम हिंदी में.
नहीं, क्या 2-3 sentences बोल देंगे. आपको पूरा मैंने अब ज्ञान दे दिया इतना लंबा, तो अब मैं पूरा तो नहीं दे पाऊंगा, बट जस्ट टू लेट यू नो कि 100 करोड़ के ऊपर है बिडिंग ये, उसके पीछे क्या है, क्या रीज़न है, हमने सब आपको बताने की
100
कोशिश
करोड़
की।
पर मैच बाय द वे।
हिंदी के लिए आप प्लीज़ स्पोर्ट्स तक देखिए, आई एम श्योर वहाँ पे मेरे काबिल दोस्त हैं कहीं, दे विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू इन सिमिलर वे, सो आई एम श्योर you can get that, but this, because it's an English platform, that's why I'm only saying it in English, sir.
चलिए,
Okay, thank you very much for your kind company. See you at 6:15. We're building up lots of questions coming on the match, but I'll give you those questions, answers to those questions at 6:15. Study Moto says hello, Marco.
see you.
Bye.